Saw a saw, carried by the sea, by sea, and he called him a sea. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Let's talk about Phase 3 Saw mission. It's the one that you get GET2 for, and it's a really important node long-term for you and your guild because it gives you GET2, which you can use to buy Chirotech, which then alleviates the Chirotech crunch, and it's important, guys. So let's jump into how to do that mission first. Huge shout out to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all of your support, guys. And if you want to support this channel for free, all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment. Guys, mount the algorithm. It's not that bad. That's what I hear anyways. And I do have an infographic for this as well, folks. I have a bunch of Rise of the Empire infographics at this point talking about team strategy and how to do this stuff. You can find that in the Discord server that is linked in the video description. It's free. You can go bring it to your guild. You can go get all of them, and it's in the channel called, I think it's called RotE Infographics. It's toward the bottom. You totally can miss it. I was gonna say you can't miss it, but that would be false. You could miss it. There are a lot of people who are unobservant out there. I won't tell you who, because I haven't noticed. Let's talk about how to do this mission, folks. This is a really interesting one to me because you gotta figure out the speeds of all this stuff. So let's see. First, you want Kyle Katarn to go first. Well, here, let me get this. Here, I have this minor graphic here because everyone's got a way to boost their speed, and the thing is, you have to get your speed up over 344. You need these 4 characters to be over 344 if you want your best chance of success. This is a tricky one, but if you succeed, you can do it. The thing is, Kyle Katarn has his own mechanic to get his speed, so you guys can do the math of it. He needs to go first. They're all in turn order, so Saw is going to go next. He starts with speed up, so he's going to get a pretty nice boost. He's not going to get as nice of a boost as Kyle Katarn, who gets 40% turn meter for all of the other rebel fighters on his team. Captain Rex gives himself 25 speed, so that's kind of surprising for you. You can see Captain Rex is, in fact, slower than Kara initially, but Cara Dune doesn't actually have anything that gives her speed, whereas Captain Rex does give himself a little bit of it. So that's something to pay attention to. Here are the stats for these characters, guys. Drogon is the 4th or 5th character, and he can kind of just be slow. He can afford to do that as long as you want Cara Dune to go and do her AoE stun because you're facing Empire characters. I'll show you guys in a minute. So these are all from my friend and guildmate Hansman, and we're gonna watch a video with him doing it because I've done it before, but I haven't gotten it quite as down as him, so I want to show you guys how to do it the most properly. So Kyle Katarn, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time strategizing over mods here. You just need pretty much raw speed, and some potency would be really nice on Cara Dune. And I'm not even gonna show you guys Drogon's cron. Apparently he's kind of fast though. He's a fast little boy, and I don't know why I called him that way. Because he's a little boy, apparently. In my eyes, my perspective on this world, I'm very old and wise, and I'll stop blabbling. That's not a word. But we do have Cara Dune here. She wants to be fast, guys, and she wants potency. She's more and more useful as we go along, just because we keep running into the CG keeps making Empire builds, and we can use Cara Dune to such nice effect because of her AoE that auto stuns all Empire characters and reduces their turn meter as well if you pass their potency check. So these are the characters, folks. Let's go to the actual video here. And yeah, so this is all footage, like I said before, from my friend Hansman, and it's pretty cool. So the first thing you want to do is have Kyle Katarn go first here. So he just throws his saber. Next, you have that speed up from Saw, and you're gonna be tempted to use that big hit at the end. You actually want to use the first special because that's gonna reduce their turn meter, which is nice. Come on, Saw, reduce their turn meter. Hey, look at that. Okay, so Rex, he wants to put daze on everyone, AoE daze, and then Cara Dune is going to stun everyone. And now, some of them went. Whoa. Oh yeah, I edited that out, and then something weird happened to my edit, and I had to spend like an hour trying to fix it. Really frustrating. I don't have any time these guys for that kind of thing, guys. But anyways, you've got Kyle Katarn do his AoE, and I mean, we're not going to show you the whole thing. Is honestly that one of the biggest detriments of this is you have to do it manually a lot of times, and it takes like 10-ish minutes to do this mission. I don't love that, honestly, and we'll probably find a way to make it faster. But one thing I will point out, folks, so first off, Saw saves his big hit because it's a one-time thing. You can only use his second special one time ever. He saves it for the next wave. There are also no Omicrons here involved. We're not using the Kyle Katarn Omicron, for instance, so there's also that. One thing that I will point out, though, guys, is Drogon probably wants to call Kyle every time that he can, because Kyle is going to, once he assists, that gives him like Jedi training stacks, and it boosts his damage. Now, the final guy, the boss on each wave, is really tough to beat, and honestly, I don't know the exact mechanic of it, guys. I think it has to do with how much you debuff him. And so if you're using mostly basics, then you're going to get through that bonus protection. Once the bonus protection's gone, then you can start reapplying all those debuffs, and he's not going to lose any of it. But if you really slow the video down, which I'm not going to do here, but if you slow it down, every time he gets hit with some kind of a really hard debuff, he gets that big green number, which regenerates his bonus protection while it still exists. Once you get rid of that bonus protection, however, you're good to go. So yeah, I did skip a lot in the middle, guys. Like Kyle Katarn went in and hit someone, and he didn't just kill like 7 people at once. That happens to be where the break was. So all right, hey, there's an update ready to install. Good for you, Hans, man. And okay, so we got lucky a little bit where Kara was able to do her AoE right from the get-go. But I think the thing is, even if you don't get all of your speeds perfect, then a lot of times if you're one character that they try to focus down and kill survives, then you'll mostly be okay. That's the risk, of course. Like, so I've seen people take Jin on this team actually, so that she can revive people, which is not a bad idea. If you could take a 6th character, I'd probably take Jin on it. But yeah, you can see, okay, we went turbo mode. We skipped quite a bit of time here because it's all pretty standard. Like, you guys know how to spam specials and keep everyone stunned and everything. But now you can see the true madness of trying to get through his bonus protection on the boss while we're trying to debuff him. It's just really tough to do, guys. It can take a long time. People get really frustrated with this part. But what I will say is that once you see people doing mostly basics on him and not debuffing him all the way to hell, then life gets a lot easier. And once Kyle Katarn gets enough training to be a Jedi from Drogon, then his saber toss starts hitting really hard, and that's a lot of times how you're going to break through, because it's not a ton of debuffs from that hit, as far as I can tell, guys. I would love, in the video description, let me know, or in the comments, and if you can't, or if you do get the correct mechanic, and I find out if I'm able to verify, I'll just pin it to the top, and you get kind of a cookie or something. So that's how you do it, folks. 50 GT each. It adds up, guys. I've done videos on the math of it. I need to do that again, though, and just kind of reincorporate. Here's how to do all the different special missions. But this is how you do the Saw one. Here's the team comp. Don't forget about that I can't talk, guys. Infographic that I showed you earlier. It's going to hopefully help. It's Kashyyyk, man. It's phase 3. It starts getting crazy. So thank you all so much for watching, and remember that in all things, guys, I'm sorry, The link to the original video with the full footage is going to be linked in the video description. Totally forgot. Give Hansman a like and subscribe and everything. It's a good video. It's a good player. So sorry to wait for that long to tell you that, but that's it, folks. Thank you so much. Take care.